Yes, it's the last 17 minutes now of the SportsMax Zone for this Wednesday. It's tax season in Jamaica. Employed persons across the island are encouraged to file their annual tax returns for 2022 and their estimated returns for 2023 by the 15th of March. However, what's the association between the Tax Administration of Jamaica and the SportsMax Zone? Leighton Beckles is the Communications Officer at the Corporate Branch of Tax Administration of Jamaica. He now joins us to discuss this long-standing partnership between both entities, going now for several years. Leighton.
All right. Thanks for having me, Lance. And gentlemen, and hello to everybody in digital land.
Yeah.
Right.
We are just blessed with it. Well, I'm not sure if you're blessed, but we just got information from you about Mexico being your international football team, which is shocking. I must say I've never met a supporter of Mexico in world football that is not a Mexican.
Well, considering that I'm also a Fortis man, we tend to do things quite differently. So you can understand that.
I'm glad he said that, Lance, because I was going to say that he went to Kingston College, so I'm not surprised. But if I said it
would sound contentious.
Yes, so I'm really happy that he said it.
Yes, we do it differently.
Okay, well, it's the time of the year, Leighton, that you usually drop into the zone here. Of course,
right.
A huge sponsorship partner of the SportsMax Zone, and you are usually at this point illustrating the importance of getting your tax business settled. I see the budget presentation is on in the House at the moment as well, which leads me to the question about government's dependency on tax collection and how much it bolsters the overall budget and what government has to spend.
Right. I mean, taxation is important, and when you have a strong economy, it is important that you have a strong tax authority, because taxes, it takes care of all the household items. Picturing you running your own household, gentlemen, there are some basic things that you need to cover, and that is what taxes does. It does your street lights, all the other social amenities. So it is absolutely important. Yeah. And that is why in tax season we stress that persons need to pay their fair share, and we provide all the avenues for persons to do so with ease.
Yeah, but you recognize, though, that you're a very unpopular organization, generally speaking, to the average man in the street.
And that is why I'm here, to change the narrative.
Yes.
If there is that kind of unpopularity, because what we want to do, Lance, is to ensure that persons, one, are educated, two, that they have the avenues to make sure that they can get the information and the support, and three, to provide persons with the necessary kind of options, payment options, to make their payments and just to do business easier with us. So we've been doing that in a number of ways. And that helps us to change the view, as you said, of being unpopular. So we're getting into all the nooks and crannies and reaching out to all the different publics. Hence, TAJ's presence here, being a big-time sponsor with SportsMax and having that kind of partnership. Because if you love sports, tax is everybody's business. It is everybody's business.
Let me, quickly, before Ricardo gets his question in, you just mentioned if you love sports, tax is everybody's business. This is outside of your jurisdiction, of course, because I know that from time to time we've seen where sports stars have gotten into trouble because of tax evasion issues. Lionel Messi, Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo. In recent years have come under the microscope with those issues. From where you sit, how does a story like that grab you?
Certainly, we would focus on from the perspective of what are the obligations and if those obligations are being met. Certainly, from an even more specific communications perspective, we look at how is it that we can help persons to remain voluntarily compliant, and that is what we want. We like to say, we look at a tax compliant Jamaica. So if we can help persons to remain voluntarily compliant by giving them the tools to be so, then it helps in a big way.
Yeah, let's get a little bit more specific, and this one is for those who are married. I'm not married yet, but like Lance. But what if you wanted to file your tax returns jointly with your wife or with your husband? How do you go about doing that? Is that something that you can do, or do you have to do it separately?
Well, the first place you need to start is to get in touch with us. That's the very first place. And our information specialist, which I'm not necessarily, but I can definitely put persons in touch with those persons. 888-829-4357. That's where persons get that kind of support. And it's funny you mention that, because in tax season, which comes down to March 15th, which is tax day, we're providing that kind of support to persons on what is it you do during this time to make sure that you're voluntarily compliant. So, you know, at this time of the year, we have persons who, all companies, self-employed persons, even employed persons with other sources of income, have to pay their fair share. So we have our special taxpayer assistance program, where we're getting persons on board to just bring in business documents, help them to electronically file, because you must file the returns online. And there are a plethora of payment options. So persons can pay, if they are clients of NCB or Scotia, they can use their banking platforms to pay their taxes. Persons are able to use their direct funds transfer, which is transferring your money directly into our accounts. Persons can also pay through our tax portal using any banking card with a credit card feature. So we're providing lots of support. And it goes a little wider than that, if I may just say quickly, gentlemen. Important to this is partnership. And we have to partner with corporate Jamaica and with wider Jamaica. And how we've been doing that. Just recently, the Commissioner General for my organization, we had a sit down with Sagicor Bank at their tax conference to inform their membership about what it takes to be compliant. And we've also partnered with entities such as the Realtors Association of Jamaica, the JBDC, just to provide that kind of customized support. And we're doing it even bigger, because we've wrapped up a webinar the other day which looked at income tax and the very rudiments of what you need to know about income tax. And over, I'd say, closer to 400 persons, gentlemen, logged on to that. That's 400 persons who are interested, who want to be compliant, and we're finding all sorts of ways to assist them. So back to your point, there's lots of support there, and we can assist you.
Yeah, you know, you spoke about, and I see a number of ads running on television just trying to explain some aspects of this, because I work with a company, they file my income tax for me, but, well, not me, but Lance would have other sources of income.
Pardon?
Lance, I don't know how to take that.
I'm not sure what Ricardo is talking about. We'll continue your question, sir.
So if Lance has other sources of income, he should be filing income tax on those as well. Not
Right, and you can get that support to file. So Lance, in the event that
I'm not sure what he's talking
indeed
about,
the case, I need that kind of support. We'll have it for you. And the special taxpayer assistance program, as I alluded to earlier, gives you just that. You bring in your business documents, you say, hey, I need some help, we're there to give it to you. And it is free, gentlemen. Added to that, if you're the kind of self-serve kind of person, you log on to our website, jamaicatax.gov.jm, and there's what we call the income tax hub. That is everything you need to know income tax.
Yes.
So Lance, with your other sources of income, you can just get onto that and say, hey, what should I be doing? But we know, I mean, Lance knows this thing long time.
Are there benefits to that, though? Because some individuals may go, well, I have my main job, they're filing my taxes, I'm making a little money on the side, why should I also pay tax on that? But are there benefits to doing that?
Well, the biggest benefit, if you're looking from a patriotic point of view, is that it helps the country. I mean, all these things that we're doing, the investment in the infrastructure, providing the social amenities, it does help. More importantly and more specifically, if there are other sources of income that you do have that you have not declared on, then the tax administration will step in. So you don't want us to get to that stage, because take, for example, if you do not file your returns, which is very important. Payment is important, but filing the returns is even more important. There is a $5,000 penalty for each month that return is not filed. And we have a compliance continuum. So it moves along the line in terms of how persons comply with the tax law. So there are benefits, and there are some takeaways that you would not want to get yourself in the space of. But in that event, we don't get down to that stage until it becomes very, very chronic, because we have so many infrastructural assets that allow persons to file and get the support to do it. So I'll just say, you know, reach out to us. There is no reason that you can say, I just did not know, I don't know where to get the support, I don't know how to pay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pay taxes just using your mobile device.
Yes.
That is where we are.
You know, Leighton, you've always been excellent when you appear on the SportsMax Zone. Let me just congratulate you once again on how articulate and the clarity with which you speak. And I think I said something similar to what I'm about to say now, which I'm running the risk of angering some Kingston College people. But you have this kind of even-tempered delivery that is not like KC, who tend to be very turbulent and hyped. So I would like to mention that I like your even-tempered presentation.
Well, I appreciate that, Lance, but let me just say it's your tax-paying dollars that's doing this.
I want to test him quickly, Sir Lance.
Yes, yes.
Just for a quick second. Leighton, I hear that Jamaica College will win champs this year.
I would say that everyone has a vision of how it should work, but how it actually plays out on the ground is a different thing. So we can hear. Even tempered, right, Lance?
Very well done, sir. Very well done, sir.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Excellent. All right, Leighton, I look forward to seeing you again next year, March. Leighton Beckles from the Tax Administration Group as they look to wind up things and lead you in the right direction for the March 15 date. Back with the last few minutes of the SportsMax Zone after this.
Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news and entertainment.